Alright, so this is like attempt number 4 recording this video. um, well, first off, hey everyone, it's me, Mike, Microscopics, and it's been a while. And I'm here to tell you what's been going on the last, year and a half, with me, with my co-host Becca, the channel, stuff like that. So I explain it in an upcoming Paper Mario video. That Becca and we were in a particular job situation, and she ended up losing her job at a healthcare facility that we worked at. We worked for a subcontract company, and a new company was coming in to take over. Our contract was up. They didn't end up keeping her, but they kept me. And about a month in working with this new company, I decided to look for other work. And just when I was guaranteed another job, I put in my 2 weeks notice. Well, 2 days after, the 2 weeks was up. I was looking forward to this new position, and literally 2 days later, the job had fell through. So now I was unemployed. She was unemployed. And again, we talk about it in an upcoming video, so I'm not going to get into too much detail with that. Her and I, at that point had the time to create more content. Obviously, I had to still work around her schedule because she was still in school or taking classes online. So another thing that had changed as well during all this was studio change. My studio was in my parents' basement, and I've mentioned that many times before. Now it's in my apartment, as you can see. Well, I live in a 3-family building on the second floor, which is tough when trying to find the time to create content and also respecting your neighbors and not being super loud. So because of this, this was also tough, trying to find the appropriate time, the appropriate day, trying to get together with Becca, figure out, okay, when can we record, at what time? And, as time went on, like I said, Becca's at that age still where she's going to school, and she had recently moved out of my parents' house, and now she's on her own. She's living with her boyfriend, and they're trying to start their life, which obviously I have to respect. She has her life to live, and, she ended up eventually finding another job, still doing the school thing. And, during this time, I was also taking classes online, actually through Google, Coursera, and I ended up getting certified as an IT support specialist. I took it's like a Google certificate, because I figured, you know what? I was a chef for the last, over 15 years. I'm sick of the trade. It's time for something new. So I figured, let me get into IT. It's something I was kind of interested in, especially seeing my brother go through that career, my younger brother. And I figured it'd be something that I'd always be learning. Like they say, you'd always be learning something new with cooking, but technology is always advancing, and it always fascinated me. And I always wanted to know, how exactly it worked. And I'm sure my brother's tired of me calling him up every time I can't get my computer to turn on. So I figured, let me try to figure it out on my own. And I just became certified. And I got my certificate August of last year, 2021. Now, since then, I've been trying to find a job. It is now April 4th of 2022 that I'm recording this. But I did find another job since then, since getting the certificate, working from home. My wife also works from home now, and that's, just saving money on gas and not having to deal with coworkers and other stresses that come with any job. And so, moving on from that, with the whole Becca situation, I'm pretty much going to be going solo for the time being. Unless there's going to be some unicorn of a moment where Becca and I can both be together to record something, get a session going. That's going to be very rare now. Another thing also is just the lack of privacy. Considering my wife is now home all the time, including myself, it's hard to get into that recording mentality. And my wife is obviously aware of the channel and she watches my videos. She's very supportive. It's just during the moment, the recording phase, I have this thing, this mental thing where I have to be alone. I either have to be alone in the building or I have to have my co-host with me, because at least that person is involved with the channel. So it's been tough. It's been tough trying to find the right time to record, the appropriate time, and just getting back into that mindset. And like I said, I've procrastinated making this update video, but even this was something I finally just had to push myself to do because I just didn't want to do it. And not that my family being around is an issue. It's just, again, it's some sort of mental thing where I feel like I could be free when I'm like isolated almost. So it's tough. It's definitely tough. At this point, videos will be uploaded whenever. I'm not going to promise I'm not going to even attempt a consistent uploading schedule anymore for the time being anyways. I'll upload when I upload. It is what it is. Like I said, I have some videos that are going to be uploaded soon. And speaking of videos, I'm putting some game series on hold. Dante's Inferno, the Zelda Twilight Princess series. I think those two in particular I'm going to put on hold for now because my sister was involved and she's a huge Twilight Princess fan, and I would feel guilty playing that game without her. She was really eager that we played that game. I actually wanted to play the very first Zelda game and kind of work our way up towards that one. But we decided just to jump into it because that was her game. So I'm going to put like a temporary hold on that series. Dante's Inferno was my idea. And she was kind of getting into it. And again, I feel bad continuing that series without her. Paper Mario, I need to just finish at this point. It's been an ongoing series for the last few years now, and I want to continue with it because it's one of my like top 5 favorite games of all time. It is what it is. It's something I've always wanted to record, and when I started recording it, I was excited that I was actually doing it. But again, just not being consistent. It's been going on for several years. So I have 2 videos that are already edited and rendered. I just have to upload them. And these 2 episodes were recorded, like I said, about a year and a half ago. So a lot of stuff that's going to be talked about is going to be old news. And I think it's the next upload we get more into the whole previous job situation and us being unemployed at that time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just dealing with the current situation, lack of privacy, not really having that free moment, and then it's like, I have a daughter that's in school, so it's like as soon as she gets home, I have to give her my attention. And it's tough when you're trying to record something because, of course, your child is going to want to be involved in it as well, especially when they know what you do and they watch, YouTube Let's Players all the time. So it's hard. It's really hard. I even thought about doing like late night recordings at like midnight when my wife's in bed, my daughter's in bed, but then I'm afraid I'm going to be too loud and I'm going to wake them up, especially my daughter, because my studio is next to her bedroom. It might sound like I'm just throwing out excuses, and there might be some sort of, way to go around all this, but yeah, it's just I'm trying to figure it out still. I'm trying to figure out the situation, trying to work around work, my daughter's school, her schedule, and things like that. However, I do want to plug a few things that, one thing that I have been active with consistently, at least with my my buddy / co-host. I have a podcast with my buddy Matt, aka Dubs, and it's called Takedowns to Breakdowns, and you can find us on all sorts of platforms. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Player FM, and Listen Notes. We're trying to get onto other platforms, but some of these processes take forever to get, validated or get the okay. So you can find us on all those platforms. It's mainly about anything mixed martial arts related. We do a lot of movie reviews. We talk about, lately, whatever the hottest topic is. We talked about the Paul brothers a lot. Just recently, our last episode was about the the Will Smith and Chris Rock moment. And we kind of get into Jorge Masvidal situation, stuff like that. So it's completely different from what I do on YouTube, but that's like my other interest is martial arts along with Matt's. So yeah, if you guys can check us out and support us there, that would be awesome. Also, I'd like to plug my sister's store. She started a business a while back, and it's called August Plush, and she sells a lot of imported Japanese just stuff, a lot of stuffed animals, what else? I've seen her sell some like candies, snacks. I forget the name of it is for like desk supplies, but like you get cute little pens and stationary stuff. That's the word I was looking for. So you can go on her website, which is www.augustplush.com, or you can find her on Instagram, August Plush Shop, all one word, no spaces. And go over there, support her. And that's it. And then as far as, me and my situation, I mean, At the moment, I'm off of all social medias. I've deleted everything a while back, and I've never been happier. I'm just tired of the politics. I'm tired of the hate. I'm tired of, well, I mean, exactly that. I'm tired of reading one person's comment and then someone else bashing that person for absolutely no reason, just because they can hide behind a keyboard or touchscreen or whatever. I'm still considering or contemplating whether or not I should create any sort of social media channel or whatever account related to my channel. I'm just kind of in this anti-social media, anti-Hollywood type of phase right now. Kind of anti just everything. So the only way at the moment you could support me is just continuing to watch my videos. Continue to like my videos if you do like them. Subscribe, obviously. And that's it. So I appreciate you guys understanding the situation. There should be, I hope, a video coming out after this vlog. I just don't know when I'll have the time to upload it. And I have some other projects in mind that I hope to be working on soon, due to not having a co-host at the moment. I'm trying to find content I can do solo and that I do pretty good at. And hopefully you guys will enjoy watching it. So, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, peace.